There's a reason this message has reached you at this very moment. It's not random. It's not coincidence. It's divine alignment. Something is shifting in your life. And whether you feel it deeply in your spirit or you're still on the edge of knowing, the signs are speaking clearly. This is your week. A divinely scheduled moment is approaching, and you're exactly where you need to be for it. Even if you've been feeling out of rhythm with the world around you, God has always had you in perfect rhythm with His divine calendar. You haven't missed your appointment. You haven't fallen behind. In fact, everything has been delayed, only to be perfectly prepared. This is your confirmation. If you've been waiting, praying, or questioning whether your time is ever coming, this is your signal. It is. The energy you feel, the inner nudges, the emotions rising unexpectedly, they're all signs that something extraordinary is already unfolding behind the scenes. This isn't just motivation. It's not just a hope. It's a truth encoded in your journey. You're on divine time. And this week could mark the beginning of a new era in your story. That's how aligned you are. Before we dive deeper, take a breath. If this message already resonates with your spirit, comment below. I reclaim my time and energy and space, or just 333 or 999, and let us know your personal experience with divine timing. Your voice matters. Others will feel less alone through your courage. Welcome. Today we're going to discover something that has been preparing itself in silence. The divine alignment of your life with a timeline that belongs only to you. You've been walking a unique path, and now the time that was once hidden from you is revealing itself. God's calendar has always had your name on it, and this week, the ink dries on something powerful. Whether it's a realization, an opportunity, or a door you thought was closed finally opening again, this moment has been waiting for you just as much as you've been waiting for it. You may not have seen it happening, but everything has been repositioning itself around you. While others rushed ahead, you paused. While others shouted, you listened. While others took shortcuts, you stayed rooted. And now, you're entering a phase of clarity where the silence will make sense. The patience will reveal its fruit, and the waiting will become your witness. Because being on God's calendar means your process was never pointless. It was precise. You weren't behind. You were being held back for a greater launch. What felt like stagnation was actually sacred stillness. What looked like detours were actually redirections designed to protect your purpose. And now, this week, the first signals will begin to show. The conversations will shift. The energy around you will feel different. You'll notice who falls off and who steps in. You'll realize that something is different not only around you, but within you. This isn't ordinary momentum, it's divine acceleration. And when you're on God's calendar, things don't always build slowly. They often erupt suddenly. That's why this message is finding you now. Because before things move quickly, your soul needs to anchor deeply. You need to know that this isn't by chance. You are right on time. And the blessing coming toward you is coming with speed and precision. Have you noticed the signs lately? That uneasy feeling that something major is about to happen, even though you can't explain what. That's the Holy Spirit alerting your soul to prepare. It's like the ground is rumbling beneath your feet, and you can't see what's rising yet, but you feel it in your bones. You can't fake that kind of knowing. That's divine. That's prophetic alignment. You may be tempted to downplay it. You may feel pressure to be realistic. But let me remind you, chosen ones are never called to blend in with logic. They are called to obey faith. Your destiny doesn't require public approval. It requires private trust. And that trust is being activated in you now, because what's ahead for you can only be reached through faith that doesn't flinch. You've sacrificed too much to doubt now. You've come too far to hesitate. This is not the time to shrink. This is the time to align. And if you've been praying for confirmation, for a sign, for a word that would make you feel seen and understood, this is it. This is your spiritual alarm clock ringing right on time. You're not late. You're not lost. You're being launched. The moment you start honoring divine timing is the moment everything starts flowing differently. No more chasing, no more questioning, no more comparing. Because now you know your appointment with destiny was never canceled, only curated. God doesn't operate on human clocks. He works through alignment, not deadlines. And because of that, the things that are about to unfold for you are not only better than you imagined, they're right on schedule. This week carries breakthrough energy, but it also carries something deeper: clarity. The type of clarity that makes you see why things didn't happen before. You'll look back at those old doors and no longer feel sadness, only wisdom. You'll remember the people who left and no longer feel loss, only gratitude. Because now, your spirit is awakening to the truth. Everything and everyone who was meant to come with you into this next phase is already arriving. And anything that was removed was never rejection. It was rerouting. Your strength is being rewarded. Not just your physical endurance, but your emotional restraint. You didn't respond when you could have. You didn't fight battles you knew were beneath your calling. You didn't settle just because it was available. And that self-control, that spiritual maturity, is why God is trusting you with more. It's not just about what you've been through. It's about how you handled it. Heaven took notes on that. You've proven that even when it hurt, you remained honorable. Even when you were confused, you stayed in alignment. Even when they overlooked you, you didn't betray your own soul to be seen. And now, the shift is here. The shift that favors those who remained faithful, even in the silence. This week, something begins to move. It changes the pace of your story. A green light in the spirit. A divine yes. A momentum you didn't create, but one that now belongs to you. And this won't just be spiritual. It will be visible. The right opportunities will come with ease. The wrong people will fall away without conflict. The burden you've carried in silence will begin to lift. That heaviness you've been feeling lately isn't because you're failing. It's because you've been outgrowing a season that is now officially over. The cocoon phase is ending, and wings are forming. You will feel more alive this week than you have in a long time. Not because everything is perfect, but because your soul will begin to recognize that something sacred is unfolding. That God is aligning the timing, the people, the doors, all in your favor. And you won't have to hustle to make it happen. You'll just have to align. Be obedient. Stay clear. Stay open. You've already done the heavy lifting. You've already walked through the shadow. What's coming now is a reward. And it's not just any reward. It's the release you've been waiting for. Release from confusion. Release from false attachments. Release from fear of missing out. You're not missing anything. You're being delivered to everything. Let that sink in. This week, God's calendar reads, your name, divine fulfillment, destiny in motion, and nothing can stop it. No voice, No delay, no detour. Because when God says it's time, even the mountains move, even the impossible shifts. And you, chosen one, are on that sacred schedule. Even your distractions lately have been a test. Did you notice them? The old feelings, the old urges, the old connections. They tried to pull you back. They tried to whisper that nothing's changed. But your discernment is sharper now. Your spirit is wiser. You feel the difference between a soul tie and a divine match, between a delay and a protection, between a lesson and a lifeline. This is the fruit of your spiritual growth. You're no longer entertaining what drains you. You're not letting every emotion dictate your truth. You're standing tall in silence when needed. You're moving in ways that confuse the enemy, because now you're not reacting. You're responding from wisdom, from alignment, from stillness. And when the enemy can't distract you, delay you, or deceive you, he has to release you. And that's what's happening now. You're being released from the grip of anything that no longer serves your elevation. Even if it's subtle, you'll feel it. The conversations change, the desires shift, the people show up or fall away. And it won't be random. It will be a divine reset. You're stepping into a spiritual rhythm that is faster, clearer, stronger. And it's all happening right on schedule. Not a moment too late. Not a breath too early. Just divine perfection. You're not just passing time. You're stepping into God's scheduled transformation. What's about to happen in your life is going to seem sudden, but it's actually the result of years of unseen progress. It's like a seed bursting out of the soil. No one sees the roots growing in darkness. But when the moment comes, everything erupts in beauty. That's what you're stepping into. Your eruption season. Quiet no more. Hidden no more. Delayed no more. There's a window open right now in the Spirit. A divine window that allows you to finally move with acceleration without losing alignment. The lessons you've learned were never in vain. The tears, the isolation, the strange seasons of waiting, they were molding you to handle what's coming. And now, God knows you're ready, spiritually mature, emotionally stable, energetically clean, prepared to hold the weight of the blessing without dropping your integrity. The calendar of heaven doesn't operate by your clock, but it never misses. And this week, you'll sense it in signs, patterns, and prophetic moments. Conversations that feel divinely orchestrated. Dreams that whisper truths. Unexpected invitations that feel too aligned to be coincidence. And you must not ignore them. This is not a time to doubt your discernment. It's a time to trust it like never before. When you're on God's calendar, things don't just happen. They click. They synchronize. The things that once felt blocked start opening. The places where you were overlooked become the same spaces where your presence is now requested. The same no from last season turns into a divine yes, not because you forced it, but because now it's the right time. It's easy to think that blessings come with noise and flashing lights, but for you, chosen one, many of the greatest shifts this week will happen subtly, spiritually, in your heart first. You'll wake up feeling lighter. Your thoughts will feel clearer. You'll release something that you didn't even know was holding you back. And it'll feel like a silent miracle, powerful, yet unexplainable. You'll begin noticing how much lighter your energy becomes when you stop trying to control the outcome. How much more peace enters your body when you let go of timelines and just allow the divine flow. And in that surrender, the breakthroughs multiply. They find you. Because the moment you become a vessel instead of a controller, you become magnetic to all that is meant for you. This is the grace you're walking into, not having to force anything, not having to perform or beg, just showing up in truth and allowing alignment to do the rest. That's what being on God's calendar feels like. Effortless purpose. Don't be surprised if old fears surface this week. That's just your old self being triggered by your new level. But don't let fear guide you. Let faith take the front seat. Let your choices reflect where you're going, not where you've been. Speak from your vision, not from your wounds. Because this week is not about what was, it's about what's unfolding. You might also notice your energy being more sensitive. That's not a weakness. It's your intuition sharpening. You'll feel when something's off. You'll sense when something's right. Trust that. Don't second-guess what your spirit already knows. And if you need to step back to observe, do that. Isolation is not always loneliness. Sometimes it's preservation. The universe is communicating with you more directly than ever, through people, through nature, through moments of silence. Don't rush past the signs. Don't overlook the synchronicities. This week, if you see 333 or 999, if you feel sudden peace in the middle of chaos, if you randomly think of someone and they reach out, understand, you're being led. You'll be tempted to think it's coincidence, that it's just random, but it's not. It's confirmation that you're aligned, that you're guided, that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And the deeper you listen, the clearer it gets. This is what it means to walk with God, to move not just with logic, but with trust. You'll also begin realizing how powerful your voice is. The moment you speak from faith, things begin to shift. Your words are being supercharged with divine energy. Declare what you want. Speak life over your path. Cancel every assignment of fear or failure and replace it with declarations of abundance, purpose, and protection. You're not just hoping anymore, you're proclaiming. Now listen closely. This final part is where your soul may shake, not from fear, but from confirmation. Because when God stamps your name onto a moment in time, nothing can erase it. This week, you're not just moving, you're being moved. And this shift will be so divine that even the people around you will notice something different. They'll say things like, "You look lighter," or "There's something peaceful about you." That's not random. That's alignment taking physical form. Some of you will be placed into rooms you thought were too big for you. Don't shrink. Don't second-guess why you're there. You're not there by luck. You're there by design. You've been prepared in secret for these exact moments. Speak with conviction. Move with grace. Own your presence. The doors opening for you now are not because of effort alone. They're a reward for every moment you chose faith over fear. This is why everything had to happen the way it did. Every closed door, every delay, every painful goodbye, it all led here, to this week. This divine checkpoint. This sacred stretch of time where your faith meets fulfillment. You didn't lose time. You gained wisdom. You didn't miss out. You matured. You didn't fall behind. You grew stronger than ever before. And now, you're stepping into a version of yourself that can't be manipulated by fear or distracted by noise. You are more connected, more sensitive to spirit, more aware of your worth. And because of that, your choices will look different. Your standards will rise. Your vision will narrow. Not out of arrogance, but clarity. You're not here to entertain everyone's version of you. You're here to honor God's version of you. Let this be the week where you stop shrinking to fit into rooms that don't know how to hold your calling. Let this be the week where you stop over-explaining your journey to people who were never meant to walk it with you. Let this be the week where you release yourself from every loop, cycle, and trauma that tried to convince you that you were anything less than divinely chosen. God's calendar doesn't care about your past mistakes. It moves according to your readiness and your surrender. And when the moment arrives, as it has now, you're not asked to be perfect. You're asked to be willing to step, willing to trust, willing to believe in something greater, willing to finally receive what's always been yours. This is not a small moment. This is not just another Monday or another week. This is an appointed time, a divine assignment, a window of favor that's opening, and you're being called to walk through it fully. Not hesitantly, not halfway, but boldly, completely, authentically, as yourself. So what do you do now? You protect your energy. You listen more than you speak. You stay aware. You move slower, but with greater certainty. You speak blessings over your week. You say, "This week, I align with God's will. I receive divine clarity. I walk into opportunities prepared for me. I am no longer in survival. I am in purpose. And if a door closes, bless it. If something feels off, trust it. If you feel peace in a decision, follow it." That's how divine timing works. It doesn't require struggle, just surrender. It doesn't beg for attention. It gently nudges you in the right direction. Look at your life through a new lens this week. Every moment is a message. Every pause has a purpose. Every delay may be divine protection. You're not behind. You're right on schedule. Heaven's schedule. God's calendar. And this is your moment of activation. Say this with your spirit. I claim this week. I align with divine timing. I embrace the shifts. I release resistance. I am ready for what God has placed before me. I reclaim my time, my energy, and my space. I am not late. I am right on time. Because you are. And when you feel that divine whisper again, the one that says, "This is the time," don't doubt it. Don't second-guess it. Don't wait for more signs. You've seen enough. You've heard enough. You've survived enough. You've waited enough. Now, it's time. This week is not just another week. It's the week where everything changes. If this message stirred something in you, don't let it fade. Comment below. I reclaim my time and energy and space, or 333 or 999, and share your experience. Let the universe and your higher self hear your commitment. You're on God's calendar now, and your appointment is now.